What's going on, guys? This is Miyasen and welcome to my DRAGONLINK deck profile. This is crazy, man. 60 card build, plays so many engines like the freaking Brave Token engine, the Rose engine, Magician Souls package, everything, you name it. And also gets to play going second cards like Ghost Ogre, Veiler, Cosmic Cyclone, Forbidden Drop, etc. So before this video starts, make sure you like and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch and Instagram. And also, if you have any feedback, please make sure you let us all know in the comment section below because we can definitely learn from your feedback as well. I actually am not like a big expert on this deck, so any feedback would be seriously appreciated. And now let's jump right into it. So I am playing Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon with 3 copies of Black Metal Dragon, the Sperm, as a DP Yu-Gi-Oh likes to call it. It's a good engine because you don't actually have to use the effect of the Black Metal Dragon on the field. It doesn't really have one anyways, so it doesn't clash with the Brave Token engine, and that's the reason why I want to say it's probably like the superior normal summon. Seyfert is like an option, but it does clash with the Brave Token, so it's a better card for its graveyard effect, but a worse card for its on-field effect, if that makes any sense. Now, I'm only playing 1 Levinier. It can kind of get breaky, but it's a good card to search sometimes when you have Chaos Space access, so it's still a pretty good card overall. The Griffin Rider, of course, with the Brave Token engine. 2 copies of Absol Router. It's a very, very good discard, and also it's not a bad card to draw on its own when you have a Rocket Monster, because it also has like an inherent summoning effect from the hand, so that's pretty cool, but it can be discarded in a lot of ways, so either Ravine or with the Journey of Destiny in order to get yourself the Griffin Rider instead of pitching the Equip spell. So very nice card overall. And then we got the Destrudo, which is new from the ban list, as well as Fairy Tail Snow. These 2 cards used to be banned, but Destrudo is a little less good than Fairy Tail Snow, because Destrudo is actually a fair extender in a way. It's just that it's a very easy to get extender. Like, all you really have to do is like Ravine pitch this or whatever, always have this in the graveyard and then reviving it back. Of course, you do have to pay 4,000 life points, well, rather half of your life points, which most of the time is 4,000. And also, it goes back to the bottom of the deck when you synchro or link it off when it leaves the field, basically, instead of, you know, going back to the grave so you can do it again. So, in other words, this is very good, but not unfair. Fairy Tail Snow, on the other hand, definitely is unfair. Some people might be like, nah, I think it's okay at 1. Trust me, even at 3, it wouldn't change much. Like, whether Fairy Tail Snow is at 1 or 3, it's basically the same thing. If you have access to being able to mill the card with stuff like Shooting a Riser Dragon or Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Demonic Dragon, well, 1 Fairy Tail Snow allows you to win the game, because if your opponent is playing, let's say, Prank Kids, and it doesn't have, like, Polymerization or something like that, you can Fairy Tail Snow the normal summon, and that's it, that's all for your opponent, he dies. So, very disgusting card. Now we've got, of course, the Noctovision Dragon. Also a pretty good card. You could be playing 2, but I think it would start clashing with your other engines. Well, not really other engines, but it might start being, like, bad more often, so, I don't know. It's not like a starter, more like an extender, and 1 copy might be enough. Artifact Scythe, of course, for the combo. Black Dragon Collapse Serpent and White Dragon Wire Buster, with 1 Seyfert, as I said. And for the Rocket Monsters, I'm on 2 Tracer, 1 Recharger, and 2 Rocket Synchron, which I actually think is probably like one of the most popular ratios for the Rocket engine. For the hand traps, I'm playing 3 Ogre and 3 Veiler. I'm not playing Ash or Imperm because they are not light attribute monsters. This kind of matters because not only you can pitch them with Chaos Space, but also you can excavate them with Chaos Ruler. So you would actually not be mad when you excavate cards like Ogre and Veiler because you can add them, and that would be like an extra interruption. But if you, like, let's say excavate Ash and Imperm and other cards like that, Ghost Bell, whatever, they don't really do much. So DD Crow and Phantasme follow the same logic, but they're slightly less good, whereas Ogre and Veiler, you can argue that they're some of the best hand traps to play right now. Anyways, Red Rose Dragon, of course, with the Rocks Rose Dragon, Aquamancer with 3 Ride of Aramesia, as well as the Equip spell and Journey of Destiny. And for the other cards, okay, so the 2 Magician Souls, I'm not actually, like, fully, like, you know, official on this ratio. I actually think you want to play 3 Magician Souls most likely, and maybe 2 Illusion of Chaos, maybe play Preparation of Rites. I'm not 100% sure, so like I said, if you have any feedback, please make sure you do let us know, because I'm not actually, like, very good with these ratios. Anyways, Triple Tactic Talons, this card is extremely random as a 1-of in a 60-card deck. You will probably never see this, but whatever. Foolish Burial, Chaos Space, of course. Cosmic Cyclone, Call by the Grave, Forbidden Droplet, Quick Launch, Basil Rose Shoot, which is searchable with the Rocks Rose Dragon, and Boot Sector Launch and Dragon's Ravine. I'm obviously not going to be explaining why I play Quick Launch because it's broken. Call by the Grave is also a no-brainer, but Cosmic Cyclone and Forbidden Drop, I didn't explain them and I will now. So Cosmic Cyclone, it's also good against combo decks. You can draw them, you can draw this card and be able to banish your opponent's Scythe, which is interesting. Forbidden Drop is a kind of card that you can draw like over time with like the Chaos Space Graveyard effect, with the Noctovision Dragon effect, or with other stuff like Magician Souls, and you'll be able to use while you play and break your opponent's board. So that I actually kind of like in a way. And the Cosmic Cyclone is also a card that is going to be beating Mystic Mine, trap cards like Skill Drain when you're playing against Eldritch. So if you don't have this card, you might get overwhelmed completely by that deck. In game 1, you might just lose the game going second, and that's the reason why this card is being played, even though it's like still a 60 card deck, because you just don't want to draw like cards as duplicates, but you want to have different options, but a lot of them. Yeah, that's it for the main deck. Now for the extra deck, I'm playing Baroness, Hot Red Dragon, Archfiend Abyss, Chaos Ruler, Borload Savage, Shooting Riser. This card is broken. It also has the Quick Sync effect, which is the same as TG Wonder Magician, but it changes its level, so you might not necessarily always be able to make Baroness, but you can actually make Borload Savage on your opponent's turn, so do keep that in mind. And then yeah, TG Wonder Magician and Herald of the Arclight, which is not only a Omni Negate, but a Macrocosmos, and on top of that, it searches Illusion of Chaos when it is sent to the graveyard, which is ridiculously broken. Anyways, for the rest of the extra deck, I'm playing Boiled Sword Dragon, could also be access code Talker, Artifact Dagda, Needle Fiber, Romulus, double Hieratic Seal with a Striker Dragon and Pisty. Pisty's effect doesn't come up at all, it's just a link one so that you can get your cards in the grave and trigger their effects, such as the Baby Dragon and Black Metal Dragon. So that's pretty much it for the extra deck. Now for the idea section, the Cyframe package is pretty good, you could be playing it, and it's also very nice if you get like Ashed on your Kill Space or Quick Launch, and then you go like Gamma, and your combo becomes even better because you get to make Needle Fiber on top of resolving your card. So Gamma is like a Call by the Grave on crack when it works, but when it doesn't work, it kind of makes your deck worse. And yeah, sure, it is a light attribute that you can get with Chaos Ruler, but it's a little redundant because we don't play Cyframe Lambda so that you can use it on your opponent's turn while you have monsters on the field, or on your own turn to play around Nibiru, I suppose. That's the reason why I'm not like a big fan of Gamma. It can break and it's not always live, but it's still a very powerful hand traps. In terms of actual power, it's probably like the second best after D-Shifter, but whatever. Nibiru is also a card that you can excavate, but you're probably gonna have to Nibiru your own board, which kind of makes no sense. Lancia is a great one. It's also a card that you can set with Dagda on top of the Artifact Scythe, and then Token Collector is a card that you can Foolish with the Shooting Riser Dragon. So in Brave Token mirror matches, well, Engine mirror matches, or like Sword Soul, whatever, Token Collector is the crack, and one copy is way more than enough thanks to the fact that it's easily Foolishable. Now, Black Rose Dragon people might be confused, but you can Quick Sync into this card, and also you can Chain Block. So Black Rose can be in Chainlink 1, with the Journey of Destiny being in Chainlink 2, or something else being in Chainlink 2, like the graveyard effects of monsters that have like effects in the grave, such as the Baby Dragon, Red Rose Dragon, etc. So being able to chain block Black Rose is how you might potentially be able to break boards of like, I don't know, 5 reactive negates. But the second your opponent has a card like Hot Red Dragon, Archfiend Abyss, you immediately lose because there's kind of just nothing that you can do about these kind of proactive negates. Whereas the reactive negates like Baroness and Borload Savage are a completely different story. So Black Rose, it's a cool idea, but I don't know how relevant it really is. And yeah, Desert Locust is another cute card, but not good enough. It's a level 6 tuner that makes your opponent discard a card, but unfortunately he does choose which card he's trying to discard, so he might actually help your opponent sometimes. And that's the reason why I'm not a super big fan, unless you have something like Herald of the Arclight, in which case the card would be banished. And unless your opponent's playing like Shiranu Spitmaster or Thunder Dragon cards, that's usually a -1 for most people. Anyways, the Zombie Vampire, this card can help your opponent, so that's why I'm a little reluctant to play it, but it's still a very good card. You could also be playing Zombie Stein, and like I said, access code Unicorn, Masquerina, and Quad Boral Dragon if you want to be able to make level 8 synchros more often. So that's pretty much it for me for this DRAGONLINK deck profile. Let me know how you guys actually think about this deck, by the way, in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.